This time I went with my parents for a monsoon getaway to Belpahari, and this trip had everything. Welcome to another episode of Shuban's Diary. It was early in the morning. We started our journey from Kolkata. The raindrops were hitting the windshield, the wipers were moving, and the whole highway looked different. This is my first monsoon jungle gateway, and I really wanted to see rain. Lots and lots of rain. The sky was full of clouds. The weather was cool, and everything outside looked fresh. As we traveled further, the big roads slowly changed into smaller village roads. I got down and just looked around. The road was almost empty. Paddy fields were stretching on both sides. Honestly, I was already enjoying the trip before even reaching Belpahari. And slowly, the road started taking us deeper into the nature. The paddy fields started disappearing, and more trees started appearing. Sometimes you don't need to go to famous places to see something beautiful. Sometimes you just have to stop the car and look around. And then, finally, we entered the forest. Tall trees everywhere. On both sides of the road, there was greenery. The forest slowly became thicker. We reached a lonely forest road. There were no cars, no buildings, no shops. Just our car, one long road, and forests on both sides. I looked ahead and the road was disappearing into the trees. I looked behind and there was almost nothing. It was quiet. I started imagining what if an elephant suddenly comes out of the forest? Of course, nothing happened, but it definitely made the journey more exciting. And finally, we reached our destination, Royal Villa Resort. And the best part was, the resort was inside the jungle. The moment we entered, I could feel the jungle atmosphere, trees everywhere. A little cottage surrounded by nature. It was quiet and beautiful. Exactly what I wanted for my monsoon getaway. Swimming surrounded by this all greenery was really fun. And then it was time for food. I really liked the restaurant. There was a huge glass wall, and outside there was the jungle. After lunch, I went for a walk with my mom. We started walking around the resort and slowly went towards the jungle. Everything around us was so green. The trees were wet from rain. There were little drops of water on the leaves, and the air smelled like wet soil and rain. Just the sound of wind, the trees, and the birds. Sometimes Mom and I talk a lot. Sometimes we don't talk at all. But that day we were just walking together, slowly, without any hurry. It became one of the nicest moments of the trip. After a jungle walk, we decided to go and see a nearby waterfall. Ghagra Falls. I thought the name itself was interesting. So off we went through the narrow village roads. As we got closer, I could hear the sound of water. And then we saw it. Because of the monsoon, the water was flowing with so much force. It looked wild and powerful. I just stood there watching it. After visiting the waterfall, we walked around the nearby village, and there I saw something I don't usually see in the city: mud houses. People were doing their everyday work, others were just about their normal lives. Everything was simple and peaceful. By evening, we came back to the resort. The weather was slowly becoming darker. There was a little drizzle, the trees were wet, and the whole place looked beautiful. Then I picked up my guitar and I spent some time playing it. Just me, my guitar, the trees, and the monsoon evening. Slowly, it became night. It was time to sleep. But I still had one small wish. It was mostly drizzling. I was still waiting for that proper jungle monsoon. Heavy rain, strong wind, water falling from the trees, and the sound of rain everywhere. So I thought, maybe tomorrow. I woke up because I could hear something. Wow, it was raining. I just looked outside. This was exactly what I imagined. The jungle, the rain, the cloudy morning, and the best part, I stayed in my bed for a moment and just listened. Rain was falling on the roof. The wind was blowing, and the trees outside were moving. Finally, the monsoon I had been waiting for. Then mom came. We didn't really need to say anything. We were just watching the rain together. Maybe I was happy, maybe I was excited, or maybe I was just wanting to share the beautiful moment with her. But every good trip has to come to an end. It was time to leave. As our car started moving, I looked back at the trees one last time. The roads were still wet, the sky was cloudy, and everything was green. I came to Belpahari looking for a monsoon adventure, and I found it. And I think I will remember it for a long time. Bye.